Good evening all. I'm up at the workshop today and I'm doing something that's a little bit interesting, and like always, if I find it interesting, I film it and throw it on my channel. I have acquired myself a new van. Look at this, 66 plate Transit. So it's the smaller one, like the little connecty one. I'm not actually quite sure what it's called, I just got it on a whim. Let me tell you the sort of half backstory. A mate of mine contacted me and he said, my neighbour's van's gone wrong. It's a full Transit. You do all them belt things, don't you? I've seen it on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I do. I can sort that out. And he said, he might buy a new van, blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in it? I was like, yeah, I'm sure we can come to a deal. So basically, I acquired it. When I bought it, I thought it was going to be one of the bigger Transits with the wet belt. Like obviously you've seen all the wet belt stuff I've done on my channel. And I thought it was going to be that. But when I went to view it, it's actually one of the smaller ones. But it does have a timing belt failure, I think, anyway. So the engine doesn't turn over. I've taken the little bung out of the crank pulley. I've turned the engine backwards and it does turn over, so it's not seized up. But when you try and turn it the correct way, it thuds. It's got like a mechanical thud to it, so it's hitting something. He's had a couple of mechanics look at it and they've all said the cam belt's failed, it's going to need an engine, it's going to need an engine, blah, blah, blah. I want to try and fix it. I don't just want to write off the engine. I'm going to pull it apart. I'm going to see if I can repair it. I've never done one of these yet. I've seen it being done. I've not personally done one. So I might go about this the wrong way. I don't know. I'm just going to dive into it and we're going to see how it pans out. So I've got it on the ramp. All I've done is pull the airbox out and I've pulled the battery out because it was completely flat. So I've got that on recondition. I didn't film that. It's not that exciting watching someone remove a battery, so don't worry, you haven't missed anything. And so that's all stripped out. Now I'm going to start here. So I want to get at the timing belt. So the first thing I'm going to do, I might take this scuttle off and take the wipers off just to give myself a bit more room. I don't know if I can be bothered, and I can do it with it there, to be fair. I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to start unbolting stuff and see how it pans out. But first things first, I want to get behind that cover and I want to see what the belt looks like. So let's do that. Actually, I need to find the locking wheel nut key. It is proper grim in here, mate, I tell you. This is like a proper builder's van. Oh look, there's a cover for the bumper. That's handy. But annoyingly, what I'm not seeing is the locking wheel nut key. Ooh, got some electrical tape. Sharpie. Ah, it's one of them pen spray things. I'm not a builder, so I don't know the technical term. Another pen. Oh mate, this is like the gift that keeps on giving. Look at this. I've got a fork. Blimey. Right, I'm going to keep rooting because I really want to find this locking wheel nut because I don't want to have to smash the keys off of this. It would be very, very annoying if I have to smash the lug nuts off. Lug nuts, look at me. I'm American now. Right, I'm gonna crack on. There is everything in this van. I've got like clear silicone, I've got little fixtures, I've got a spade, glue, this new box thing. There is piles of stuff everywhere. I've never seen so many Wagos in my life, but I did find a locking wheel nut key. I'm very, very happy about it. I hope it fits. Oh no. Oh no, it does fit. No, we're right, we're good, it fits. Right, I'll get this wheel off and we'll strip it down. Wish me luck. So I've got the van up in the air and I've removed the under tray. It's down there. It's a bit dark down here. I'll try and light it up with my head torch without blinding you. I don't know how well you can see, but what I wanted to show was, so if I turn the engine backwards, it goes back on itself. If I go forward, it goes tight. Normally when these foul, like I said, they normally just spin over with no compression freely. I've never had one lock up tight like that, so I'm slightly worried I might not be able to save this engine. But more worryingly, oh my God, the fucking bolt's missing. Oh, excuse my French. The bolt's missing, the pinch bolt's missing from the lower ball joint. Look, that one's in. Who on earth works on this? That's been missing for ages, look. There's not even no witness marks from it. Jesus. That's a first. That's split anyway. It's going to need an arm. Well, there we go. That probably sets the standard for this van, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to take the auxiliary belt off, and I'm going to strip all these bottom covers off, pull this wire and loom out of the way, take the crank pulley off, and just see what it looks like in there. I have actually got the timing tools for this as well, so that's handy. Right, let's crack on. So, I've got the top cover off, and first glance, it doesn't look too sad, but you can't really see it down there because the camera's obviously not that zoomed in, but I can see a timing belt tooth hanging off of a cobweb. That is never a good sign. Either Spider-Man's been trying to change his timing belt, or we've got a bit of a belt failure. Right, let's take it up, strip the bottom cover off, and see how bad it is. Might take this engine mount off first. I'm going to take this engine mount off first, then I'm going to take it up. Lower cover is off. Check this out. A lot of teeth missing here, unless they're Bluetooth. Not ideal. So that'd be why it don't run, and that'd be why it's tight. Normally it's the tensioner that fails. This tensioner actually looks all right, so I'm going to reuse that. I'm not going to reuse that, come on. Water pump's leaking a little bit as well, but I've got a new water pump for it. Not that that overly matters at the moment. Yeah, there's no point in timing it up because it is already out of time. So what I am going to do is just strip that belt clean off, and I'm going to get the water pump off and try and inspect the top end damage. Yeah, what does it look like? Yeah, it's pink. Right, tensioner off, get that belt off, and we'll strip down up top. Let's do that. Oh look, found some teeth. Just might get the super glue out, stick them back on. Lovely old job. So, got the belt all off now. Now I'm going to attack getting this rocker cover off. You can see that these boost pipes are in the way, so I'm going to take them off. I might unbolt that throttle body, depending if it's in the way or not. Don't really know. Take this boost pipe off. Take this little breather pipe off. Some fuel lines back there. Hopefully the injectors ain't got to come out. I don't think they do. Again, I've not done one of these. So let's just wing it. Oh yeah, look, here's the belt. Oh dear. Not good. Right. Let's do it. So these boost pipes come off a lot quicker than I thought they were going to come off, which is quite pleasing. I've took the camshaft pulley off. It's a little 16mm nut. And I did it by holding the sprocket with a lever bar to stop it turning, and I used this. These are absolutely awesome. If you don't own one of these, I highly suggest you buy one. This is a Milwaukee M12, and it is a impact ratchet, so it's perfect for getting into tight spaces and just zipping bolts out. It's not the most powerfulest in the world, but it does definitely get the job done when you need to undo stuff, especially if you haven't got someone to give you a helping hand and hold the pulley. But these are absolutely amazing. Remember, trying to get a Milwaukee sponsorship, so the more people that tag Milwaukee, the more chances I've got of them helping me out. Everything I use is Milwaukee nowadays. I've given up on Snap-on, they can do one. Right, next up, some 8mm bolts down here. I've noticed going through the holding this whole rocker cover on, and then there's a row of 8mm bolts along here. So I'm hoping if I strip all them off, I should be able to lift this cover off and get into it pretty quickly. So yeah, let's do it. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. If I can find my little pencil torch, I'll show you why it's not looking good. So I've got the rocker cover off, as you can see here, and I thought, oh, let's have a little peer down. Look, there's the hydraulic lifters, and there should be rockers sitting on there. They're all missing, all of them, barring this one here. I thought that's not the end of the world, till I peered back here. Now I don't know well if you can see that, but that is a valve spring without a top hat and without collets. That's annoying. If it was literally just the lifters missing, then the chances are, I reckon I could put some lifters and a cam in it. It would have been alright. But seeing the top hat's missing off of a valve, that's put a right bummer on things. But we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on. I'm going to strip this cam carrier off. I believe it's just some bolts. Hopefully the injectors can still stay put, because I've noticed it's split down here. So this is literally looks like it's designed to be taken apart. So let's get it off and we'll have a look. We'll carry on. We're not defeated yet. We're all right. We're still going. Everything can be fixed, but not economically. Total destruction, mate. Got the cam carrier off. Here it is. Got the camshaft out. You just don't have to take the vacuum pump off. You turn it around, you can tuck it and lift it off. So here it is in all its glory. I have a new one, so I will place that straight on the ground. Don't judge me. 2 valve springs. Wonder where the collets are. Look at all the lifters, look. Carnage. Oh no. 3 valve springs. Oh, and that one as well. Fucking hell. That is disappointing. Let's dig it all out, see what we can find. I wonder if we can get all the bits. Let's have a go, shall we? So, there's me telling myself, be alright, fish all the bits of metal out. You know, maybe we can find the collets, we can refit the springs, you know, we can try and get it all back together, and maybe it'll be alright. Maybe we can save it. How did I not notice this? Look. Check this out. So it's like, that one's not too bad. Them two are bent. Them two look okay. Them ones, that is just about to, I don't know where you can see it, but that top hat is just about to jump off. That collet is holding on for dear life. But it gets better. This one's completely missing a valve. Not like, oh, it's just fallen down and maybe you can get it back. It's like gone. Not even in there. Oh yeah. So I'm saying to myself, oh yeah, maybe I can pull the cylinder head off and save it. I'm not pulling the cylinder head off this engine. I know when to quit. This is too far gone. This is one that cannot be saved. Can it be saved? No, I'm not pulling that head off. If the valves are all still there, it's probably a fighting chance of pulling the head off and having a look. But the amount of effort it is going to take to try and remove this cylinder head in the hole, I might as well take the engine out. If I'm going to take the engine out, I might as well just get another engine, because, you know, even if I do manage to save this engine, it's done 100,000 miles. It's obviously going to be a bit rough, and now it's had some massive whack. So, you know, you put a head on it and then you probably find like a couple of thousand miles later a spinner bottom end shell where it's had such a smack on the shell. So nah, I'm ending this video about here. So if you're watching this, it's probably running by now. I don't know what my plan of action is next. I'm just going to go with the flow. But yeah, let's crack on. So, with the power of YouTube editing, I've now cut to 2 weeks later, and I've managed to fix the engine by fitting another one. Yeah, there was no saving that. They might have saved it, but second-hand engine was much more cheaper. Look who's here with me! It's Jamie! He's a fireman officer now. He squirts hoses instead of work. It's in the hole. We've just found about 10 connectors that Jamie forgot to connect back up. It's been a while. Keep trying to start and it won't go. So hopefully this time it will crank. I've not got it all plumbed up, but enough. Sorry about the noise in the background. The Banger boys are building stuff. It's plumbed up enough that it should. You know what? Let's do the immobiliser just in case. Should crank enough to fire. You ready? Maybe shouldn't have folded that in. Whoop! YouTube copyright right there. Ready? Oh my God, again? Nope, no crank. Oh, for God's sake. Now the battery terminal's on tight. It doesn't even click. Right, we're gonna keep looking. So, I don't know if this is gonna fix it, but what's that? Don't know if this is going to fix it, but the fuel rail pressure sensor was unplugged, so I'm hoping the Ford ECU will stop me from cranking when it's unplugged. So we've plugged it in, 8th time lucky. Come on, build some fuel pressure. What was that? Better than it was. Jay, there's some easy start next to the grinder. Go straight in that throttle body. There you go. Ready? What is swinging around down there?
What do you think? It's the exhaust.
Oh yeah. Go on, fill her up.
Why don't we just put the back mount on, please?
Alright, we're going to put the back mount on. Pussy! So, we've bolted the exhaust up and we've put the back mount back on because the engine was kicking. It was swinging a bit close to the rad because until this engine runs, I'm not confident. So just to let you know, this engine is not out of another Connect. This engine is out of a 2017 diesel Fiesta. But the engines look very, very similar, and this one's done 62,000 miles. So I thought I'd make it work, but it did actually look very, very, very different. The oil pumps are a bit different, the sumps are different, the turbo is different, so we just stripped it down to block and head and we swapped everything other than the injectors because the part numbers were the same, so I might have to code the injectors at some point. Right, try again. You ready with that easy start?
No.
No. At least the smoke will come out the back now. See if we can keep it running. Ready? Come on, still on easy start. Pick the fuel up, pick the fuel up. Got my foot on and off the throttle. Oh, it's gonna pick up a bit, come on. Still on easy start. These French engines suck. Come on, run you bastard. The fuck? System off to save battery. Please turn ignition off. What the fuck? Why ain't that running? Maybe we'll crack the injectors off and try and get some fuel up that way. That seems a bit weird. Okay. Let's persevere some more. Runs on easy start though. At least the timing's right. Go on. Something ain't right, boss. Let's tighten that back up. Crazy, I think the fucking battery's flat, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well, let's call it a day. Until next time. And just like that, it's a week later. Still got this lovely van stuck on my ramp, but it runs. I'm not going to go into why I didn't film it. Actually, I will go into why I didn't film it. I forgot. So it's been really, really frustrating me, this van, because I keep coming down when I get a spare hour or two, throwing an hour or two worth of labour at it, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. I was really, really struggling to make the van just run. It would run on easy start, so I knew it wasn't a timing issue or anything like that, but it just wouldn't, you know, crank and run on fuel as it should do. I was getting really, really frustrated with it. So I was like, right, calm down, chill out, leave it for a week, come back, see how it goes. So I left it for a week, come down here today, and I've made it run. Sorry I didn't film that. It's not really that exciting. It's just a van running. Cut a long story short, I thought I need to be a bit more methodical with it. So I plugged in my diagnostic scanner. Loads of faults. Some of them were like cooling fan fault, because obviously the cooling fan, like the red pack fans here, I haven't put that back on yet. I didn't want to build the van all the way back up until I heard it run, because I was really, really getting quite frustrated with it. So I ignored that fault code, but I had like 9 fault codes. There were some weird ones. It was like water in the diesel filter, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just ignore that one for now. I was like, I could sort that out at a later date. I was getting, what was the other one? Fuel pressure signal problems. Looked at the fuel pressure sensor on the end of the rail, and the one that was on the van engine was different. So I was like, no problem. Swapped them over, got rid of that fault code, still wouldn't run. I was like, right, okay, fair enough. I was like, let's carry on with it. Kept cranking, got it down to about 4 fault codes, some really odd ones. I was like, you know what I'll do? I was like, I'll swap the injectors over. I was like, I didn't swap the injectors. I was like, I left the injectors in the head that come with the engine. So one at a time, swap the injectors, put them back in their same place, cranked it, still wouldn't run. Run on easy start, just wouldn't run on its own fuel. Really, really annoying. Kept going with it. And I got it down to 2 faults. The red pack one, obviously, and what was the other one? Oh, camshaft signal. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I was like, check the camshaft sensors. Different. I was like, okay, fair enough. So I swapped the camshaft sensor signals. Swap the camshaft sensors over. Still nothing. Wouldn't run. I was like, okay, fair enough. I was like, kept spraying easy start into it just to, like, you know, rule it out in my head that it definitely runs on easy start. Probably more than I should have. And kept going with it, wouldn't run. I was like, I'm really annoyed. Kept getting camshaft signal error. I was like, just looking at the camshaft pulley. The sensor picks up off of these big lug bits here, obviously on the back. I took the cover off and had a look, and the one on the Fiesta engine, this is the one off the Fiesta engine, but it was different to the one on the van engine. I was like, oh, it's a different freaking signal. Swapped it over, wouldn't run. Cranked it, still wouldn't run. I was like, if I timed it up wrong, bit of easy start, runs fine on easy start. Keep it running for 30 seconds on the old glow plug in a tin. So, I'm getting really frustrated. And then I looked at the crankshaft pulley. Different part numbers. On the crankshaft pulley, it's got built in the crankshaft signal. Or the crankshaft signal. Not the crankshaft signal, but it's got built onto it the pickup wheel for the sensor. And it's got different part numbers on it. So I was like, what are the chances? Swapped it over, which obviously, if you know, swapping one of these means stripping all the timing belt back down again. As soon as I fitted this, first turn of the key fired straight up. So I'm happy to say the van runs. I've got it all stripped down still. I'm just putting all the covers back on and stuff like that. Can't really see that well. So I'm just building it all back up now. Throw the shafts in, throw some gearbox oil in it. Put the rad fan back on, got a couple of coolant hoses to swap over, aircon pump, stuff like that, real boring stuff. So I'm going to throw that all back on and see if it drives. Yeah, you know, just we'll fit the aircon pump, because I didn't put that on, I left that on the old engine. So we pull the aircon pump off, go to bolt it on. I'm like, oh, bracket looks a little bit different, no bother. We'll just swap the bracket. It is a different bracket, so nick the bracket off the old engine. You know, we'll just fit that. Luckily, this bracket doesn't bolt behind the DPF. The DPF that I've just bolted on when the engine was on the floor. Yeah. I need to go and drink some beer, I think. Mate. Why didn't I listen in school? So, managed to get all that bracket swapped. Managed to unbolt the bottom bolts on the DPF and lever it forward and just tuck the bracket in and out, luckily. And I got the bolt back in, which I'm quite proud of. Boring stuff really. Put the shafts in, gearbox all, bolted it all back together, all the pipes and coolant stuff. Just got to put the battery bracket on. Put coolant in it. Got a coolant leak, obviously. It's actually sitting on its wheels. Woo. For the first time since coming on this ramp. What do I need to do? I need to put the battery bracket on and then just run it up to temperature. I would say that's jobbed. Still got a few bits to do. Got to put the engine cover back on, the little scuttle bit that sits along here. I seem to have lost all the bolts for the under trays, and I've got a few clips missing out the inner wheel arches, so I'll order a couple of them Monday and make it all nice and tidy. Yeah, nice little daily van for myself, if I don't say so. And it's U-less, that's handy, and it's a 6-speed as well. Reversing camera, heated seats, ooh, lovely. Now, just need to tidy up. Bit of a boring video, I know, but like, share, subscribe. Cheers, guys.